All right, so I guess we're going to talk game of the year. Elden Ring. it should be Elden Ring. God of War is dropped. I just want to look at the numbers. See, for me coming from a music background, I look at this like, well, when did these things come out? Because I feel like longevity matters. Elden Ring came out February 25th. God of War came out 11 days ago. Before we start talking about the numbers, let's talk about the rest of the nominees. So you got A Plague's Tale, came out in October. It sold 1 million. You got Horizon Forbidden West. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that it hasn't been as successful as Sony thought it was gonna be, because they're not dropping those numbers. And if they have, I can't find them. Stray is the cat game. I'm just gonna go and just say hard no. And then you have Xenoblade Chronicles, which sold 1.7 million. That came out July. Also a no. I feel like those last two are just honorable mentions to fill out the list. But the ones that are in contention for real, Elden Ring and God of War. And this is what the conversation has been about for a while now, since God of War has dropped. And it sold 3.5 million copies. Now, that's very fucking impressive for the simple fact that those are all PlayStation sales. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 sales exclusively. Elden Ring was everywhere. However, Elden Ring came out in February and God of War just came out 11 days ago. So I think longevity should take into account when you release. Like in music, there's a cutoff date. Like you can't just drop your album in fucking right before Thanksgiving and yeah, you got hot 2 months because like you're the only thing that's coming out right now, and that's that. It's like you didn't really have to contend. Elden Ring has been out, and Horizon's a big name. Horizon's a big fucking name for a game, and it just didn't do well. So compared to Elden Ring. So we really shouldn't even be having this conversation. Elden Ring has sold 17.5 million copies. And it's been out since February, and it has had our minds and our hearts captivated with this game. It has created a whole new culture of people that has gotten into the genre of Souls games, that are going to play other Souls games. That's big. That's big. I haven't played God of War Ragnarok yet, but what I will say is that I know it's a good game. I played the first one, like the one before Ragnarok, and that was a good fucking game. So I know it's gonna be a good game. But if there isn't a cutoff period, they need to make one so the games can actually compete. This is a competition at the end of the day. So if my game came out in January, February, and it's been rocking, and there's been really no other mention of another game that's in contention until this game comes out, but it came out in November, motherfucker, I'm game of the year. Like, what are you talking about? Like, if I was the game developers of Elden Ring, I would definitely be like, hey, there needs to be a cutoff date, like, because it just doesn't make sense. Granted, will God of War sell those numbers? Probably. Honestly, I believe so. I believe that God of War can definitely sell and get into those numbers. I wish Sony would open up to the PC market more, because then they would for sure. Like, it would be like, oh yeah, this is on PC and PlayStation. Oh fuck yeah, you know. But hey, they want the exclusivity thing going for them. Have at it. I will say this, that I don't give a fuck if God of War does win. I know, and all of the fans that play Elden Ring know that Elden Ring was game of the year. That's if God of War doesn't win. And if Elden Ring does, if that means if God of War does win. If Elden Ring wins, then we about to party. We about to gonna set this bitch up. But that's my take on it. I hope that this was helpful What do you think? Leave it in the comment section. You tell me if God of War is game of the year, just dropping at the end of the year, not competing with any other games. You tell me. I got Elden Ring. That's what I'm rolling with. Tarnished.